We're live again. Day 5 of my Corona. We're not calling it the Corona quarantine. No, boys and girls. We're calling it the Guinness quarantine. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, we are. We're calling it the Guinness quarantine, my friends. We're going to let that fine nectar settle before we get into that. A little leftover from St. Patrick's Day. I know that's probably hard to imagine. Guinness leftover from St. Patrick's Day, but indeed it is. Exciting live drop-in day 5 for you tonight. Why is it so exciting? Well, I was going to break the self-quarantine rules and go to pick up some G.I. Joe stuff. But I chose against that, ladies and gentlemen. Chose against it, indeed. And my friend, my supplier, my dealer was kind enough to package up all my stuff and send it in the mail. Priority mail. And this fella is only about 2 hours away from me, so it arrived quickly. And it is here. It is here. The biggest G.I. Joe haul that I have ever gotten in the short life of this collection is here. 2 huge boxes for us to go through tonight. That's right. Day 5 of our quarantine. It is settled. So, I know I've got some Irish friends on this channel watching the show. And I'm going to speak directly to them. I prefer this more room temperature. Not like summer room temperature, but room temperature than ice cold. I don't love ice cold Guinness. I don't. I know. I don't know if that's crazy or not. I thought I read somewhere that the proper way to drink this was not the temperature that you would drink a normal beer, but at a slightly less than freezing temperature. This is cold. This has been in the garage, and the garage fridge is cold. This is cold. And I brought a few more down here to sit, because we're going to be in for a night tonight, boys and girls. We're going to be opening some stuff tonight, guys. So I let those sit there, so those are going to warm up a little bit. And this is too cold. It's too cold. And maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But I thought I read somewhere that you were supposed to drink it a little on the warmer side. We're pouring the last little dribble out of that can that's just slightly too big for the pint glass for some reason. All right. So, day 5. Am I allowed to touch my face? I've been in the house all day. Day 5 of the quarantine. Where are we at today in this crazy saga? I did break my own rules and watch the news or looked at the news online. I didn't watch anything. Of course, cases are up. Deaths are up. Italy is still struggling, and completely valueless, worthless spring breakers are boycotting the quarantine and partying as if nothing's going on. I don't hate many. I don't hate a lot of people. But when I watch those idiots being interviewed on the news, and they throw in like 75 likes, in a 3-sentence statement, like like nobody's like gonna like tell us like what to do, and like we're not gonna give up like our party like for this, because like I don't even know what this like thing is. I like want to kill them and like present their bodies to their families. Is that wrong to say online? Is that wrong to say on a forum like YouTube? Probably. But like, they're the most worthless people on the planet. Like, so I did watch the news. Again, like I said, cases are up. Italy is struggling. There are deaths, plenty. Um, Younger people are getting sick. I read about a 12-year-old girl that is on a ventilator with no previous illness. And, I think, again, we have to be careful of what we read, because I'm sure that the flu kills young people as well. We just don't read about it as much. So while I feel horrible for this 12-year-old on a ventilator fighting for her life, um, I think that's probably uh, an occurrence with the flu as well, or with pneumonia that we would get from, you know, having the flu, or just getting pneumonia. I had pneumonia about 20 years ago, 22 years ago or so, and was in the hospital for 10 days. And I think I was in intensive care for like 3 of those days, because I caught a flu and it turned to pneumonia. And I wasn't on a ventilator, but I was in the intensive care unit for 3 days, and I think I was probably close to a ventilator. In fact, they did have to drain my lungs, which is an interesting experience. They stick a tube in your back, and I didn't see it because I was facing the other way, but apparently they sucked out some fluid into like a gallon jug. So I assume had I gotten worse, I'd have been on a ventilator, I assume. But again, am I comparing this illness to that? No, but I'm saying that they are highlighting the stories, the cases. They're highlighting this for us. I think the news thought that we needed to know that a 12-year-old girl was on a ventilator, so we didn't just think it was an old person's disease, um, which I didn't think that anyway. But I'm going to now go back to not reading the news for the next couple of days, because uh, I'm over it. And I know that this is going to be a part of our lives for the next several weeks. Um, I'm hoping that at least summer we can have back. I don't know. But before we get into the GI Joes, I want to give you, some thoughts. We talked about anxiety yesterday. Uh, Again, the message will always be the same. Read less news, and um, do something distracting. Because here's a big surprise for you, right? We're gonna go through this regardless. It's happening. So you have two choices. You can go through it full of anxiety, full of fear, uh, full of depression, full of hopelessness, or you can go through the very same situation with some distraction, right? With a little bit of happiness, even if it's fake, even if it's temporary, right? We're taking the same path. We don't have a choice but to walk down this path. Do you want to walk down this path miserable, or do you want to walk down this path with a little bit of happiness, right? We're going anyway. How do you want to go? And it takes a long time to let that sink in, and to convince yourself to live that way. I haven't mastered it, trust me. But We're all going that way. We don't have a choice but to walk the path that has been laid out for us. I personally would like to walk it having a little bit of fun. Because once we come out of this, if we've lived in this state, full of depression, full of anxiety, it's going to be harder for us to shake it when it's over. Trust me. You might think, oh, once this is over, I'm done with my anxiety, I'm done with my depression. It doesn't work that way. It's going to get in, it's going to infest us, and it's going to be harder for us to pull ourselves out of the funk when this is over. So do stuff to get out of the funk, or to keep the funk away, to keep the funk from growing, right? We're all in a funk, no doubt about it. Let's not let it grow to take over, right? That makes sense? Okay, so there was supposed to be a toy show today in town. Obviously canceled. I had pre-purchased some stuff from my friend he was going to bring to the show. I paid him a sum of money for a G.I. Joe headquarters, right? The headquarters from like 85, I think. Nope. From, 83? Is it 83, the headquarters? Hang with me, please. Where are you going? You're not going. I say it all the time. You're not going anywhere. Just looking through the book, the Bible, the G.I. Joe Bible. So far it's 83, and I know my man Ron is screaming at the camera going, 83! The G.I. Joe Headquarters Command Center, I paid him for. And I paid him for 2 figures from 1983. Okay? I'll tell you what those are in a minute. That's what I paid him for. And you know, you've seen this before. We did this before. I pay him for a certain item, and he sends me 2 gigantic boxes in the mail. 2 gigantic boxes in the mail. So obviously, something went wrong. Okay, so let's do it. We're doing this live. We'll do it live. Oh. Okay, ready? What do you see? Does it look like a headquarters and 2 figures from 1983? Does it? Does it? This isn't even G.I. Joe. I gotta close the box. I'm seeing too much. It's crazy. It's right all in there. This isn't even G.I. Joe, man. Oh, man. Look how beautiful. 1984 wrestling WWF tablecloth. Birthday party. Right here. Wow. Man, oh man. Never had a wrestling themed birthday party. But, whew, It's this thing. I mean, part of me just really wants to take it out and display it, but it's huge. Part of me wants to bring this out. It's a tablecloth, but it's paper, right? It's not like, it's almost like really thick paper towel, which would probably come in handy these days. But I really want to take it out of the package. I really want to hang this up somewhere. I really, really, really want to hang this up somewhere. And I think I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna get crazy. I think I'm gonna take it out of the package, and I think I'm gonna hang it on the door. Oh yeah. Didn't ask for that, friend. Oh man. The competitor, the enemy of color forms, Presto Magic. So these were transfers that you used a pen with. So a little different than color forms. But, oh wow. Semi-used, because they should be. But look at that. Look at that. And I don't know. I don't know if, like, yeah, well, no, they kind of break. I think once you did this, it was over. Like, I don't know if you could go back and do it again, but look at this. Not color forms, G.I. Joe Presto Magic transfers. Didn't ask for this. Bonus gift from probably the best guy in the world. Really. How about that? How about that? I just give you that moniker. The best guy in the world. And for that, we crack open yet another. Still haven't warmed up yet. And these are so, you know what I never realized about these. These are so light in alcohol content that you can drink like 400 Guinnesses and be fine. I mean, you guys saw me polish off a bottle of wine a couple of episodes ago. But like Guinness, you can drink all day. Guinness for breakfast, you can drink all day those things because they're all right. I'm going in. Oh, I don't want to see anything. What is this? I don't know what it is. What is it? I'm closing the box back up. Oh, an alien pin pals. Boy, this guy just like, here, I'm just gonna dump a bunch of stuff in a box for you. Alien pin pals. It's a pin. It's an alien pin. It's the xenomorph pin. Sure. Unpunched. Again, you, sir, outstanding. This I asked for. This I asked for. Why did I? Now, Ron, you didn't like forget a game, did you? Okay, good. Why did I ask for this? Well, because my kids broke mine. Okay, broke mine. Dropped it. I replaced the pins. Still doesn't work. The little spawns broke my Nintendo. So I asked Ron if he had one that I could buy, and it just shows up in the box. So he told me this doesn't work, but it just needs the pins replaced. And I don't know, they look all right. I've kind of been an expert at replacing these. So I'm going to do some surgery on this and hopefully get a working Nintendo back up and running. because I'm tired of wasting money on those machines that play Sega and Nintendo and Super Nintendo. I'm tired of. I've bought a couple of them, and they just stop working eventually. The games won't read. The games are really hard to pull out, and it's just disastrous. So let's just get a Nintendo working again. I'm going in, guys. Oh, wow. All right. Didn't ask for this. And you know what I'm going to do? And because you know what, we're live, and you can go do something. You can go take a break if you don't want to watch. But I'm going to tell you, this is 87. I'm going to tell you, you know, that I'm going to be looking up this stuff as we hang. Right? Got my book. Maybe. So when it says 87 on the bottom, or wait a minute. It says 86. So that means what? That means it was released in 80. It wasn't released in 86 if it says 86, right? Because usually it's... never mind. This is the devilfish. The devilfish is missing 3 silver missiles. And 2 orange, nope, the 2 orange missiles are right there. So we just need, we need 3 more missiles for this. And it's complete. No problem. The decals seem to all be there. And look, I love getting stuff like this that's incomplete, because I'm gonna, you know, when it comes time, I'm gonna go online and I'm gonna buy the 3 missiles. It'll probably come all 4. And then I've got a complete devilfish from 1986. Guys, love this. Thank you, Ron, so much. Beyond words. Wow. Yes, yes, yes. Uh-oh. I see something in there. I see one of my top 5 most wanted vehicles in there. He already got me the Mobat. There's something else in there. All right, this looks like a Dreadnought cycle. I want to get it right, though. What is the year on this? 85? Oh, here you go. 85. This cover goes here, like so. And what do we got? It is the Cobra Ferret. I think, I could be wrong, I think this is the Hasbro Direct Mail Away. I don't know. I can't tell. Take a look at the picture of the Cobra Ferret. There is a, you're not really going to tell. There's a dark blue and a bright blue release. From where I'm sitting, I don't know. I assume that this is the dark blue release. But this is awesome. And it, guys, is complete. This is complete. 2 missiles, a hose, the back cover here, and this. This is complete. We have a complete Cobra Ferret from 1985. Yes. Complete. I just love saying those words. Complete. Word. It's one word. Cobra Ferret. Okay. I already saw this. I saw it and wow. Guys, there were 5 vehicles from when I was a kid that I owned. The Mobat, the tank, the Sky Striker, big, gigantic helicopter, airplane. The helicopter from 1983. That is the heck is that called? I know what it's called. The Dragonfly. So the Mobat, the Dragonfly, Sky Striker, one of Sergeant Slaughter's tanks or something, and this. Oh, oh man. A Snowcat. Oh, the Snowcat, guys. The Snowcat. I had this as a kid. I'll put those back in there. I think it's complete. Wow. Guys, if it's not complete, it is so close to complete. I gotta snap that back on. Windshield wipers are there. 4 missiles. These. It's complete. Sorry, bear with me. Or don't, you know, I don't care. I do care, just kidding. I can't see it not being complete. Pretty sure we got a complete Snowcat here. Again, this little piece I have to snap back on, which I will do while boring you. There we go. Anyway, there she is. One of the vehicles I owned as a kid. Snowcat. You know what's really cool about this? The windshield wipers. They put like, you know, they made it look like the windshield wipers are really doing their thing. Wow, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is an incredible day. This is what I'm talking about. Find something to make you forget, even if it's just for a little while, as I'm struggling with this to put it on. Find something that makes you forget about what's going on. Whole bunch of parts to something, and I'm sure it's one of these awesome little mini sort of play set base type things. And I don't know which one, but it looks awesome. I think it's, yep. We got a watchtower. We got a watchtower from 1984. And it looks pretty complete. We got a watchtower. Let's put it back in the bag. The watchtower battle station that I have to put together. From 1984. Guys, these are all free. Uh-oh, there's a figure in here. Gosh. Oh my God, he's got his little face. He's got his disguise, Zartan, and his vehicle. But it's always such a hard part to find. We got his backpack. And guys, we got Zartan's disguise. Zartan, the master of disguise, comes complete with face and backpack. Let's take a look in the book. So the boy and I are watching through the series, the G.I. Joe series. We've just made it through the mini-series. There was 3 mini-series to start the cartoon. We just made it through them. We're starting into the weekly episodes. How is Zartan not an 85 figure? Where is he? Oh, that's because he's an 84 figure. This is Zartan with the chameleon. The chameleon, basically, you can take apart this whole thing that literally looks like a bug, put it in here, and have Zartan carry it, drag it. Okay. We're having fun here, guys. We're having a good time. This is incredible. There's more stuff in here. Whoa. Is this the mail away? Is this the 1991 mail away? I don't know. And it's so hard to tell. It's Lifeline. But is it the 90, is it the mail away that was in the cereal box? Or is it the first release? Because if it's the first release, yes, it is. Yes, it is. This is first release Lifeline. $1986 Lifeline. I also have the 1991 or 1992 serial mail away. but now I have the 1986 version. Whoa, Slaughter's Marauders. We have Taurus from 1987. Taurus, part of Slaughter's Marauders. This is just amazing. Another, oh, this is William Perry's crew. This is Red Dog from 1987. Ah, there he is. There he is. Now this one I paid for. And he's such a gorgeous figure. And it's such a pricey figure. 1983 is almost done because we have added Snake Eyes. This beautiful all black figure, Snake Eyes, complete with binoculars and his weapon. So tight, so perfect. 1983's Snake Eyes is getting a stand and going up on the shelf. This is a very proud moment. Guys, this is like, I'm telling you, this is like a $90 figure. This is a $75 to $90 figure. And he's mine now. He's all mine now. Snake Eyes is upon us. Snake Eyes is going up on the 1983 shelf, and we are getting there. We are ready to move on from 83 to 84 almost. (1987's) Mercer. AWE Strikers Top Gun. So we've just got a gun part. We've got a part that I need. Two more, guys. (1983's) Flash. We got it. We got another 83 figure. We've got stay here with me. Stay here with me. Keep breathing. We've got another 1983 figure. We've got Short Fuse. We've got a complete Short Fuse from 1983. We've got a complete Flash from 1983. And we've got a complete Snake Eyes from 1983. Do you know what that means, kids? We're down to 7 figures from 1983. 7. We got an extra helmet I needed for somebody. Take care of that later. You have a 1983 vehicle. We have CoverGirl's vehicle, the Wolverine, from 1983, and a whole baggie of missiles. And we're missing one tiny little part. This is outstanding. Outstanding. I'm so happy. I hope you guys are getting a little something out of this. I know this is kind of dragging on. Probably not going to bore you with the contents of the so in this box is the headquarters, and something else. Remember when Cal Ripken passed the consecutive games played streak? You got to go back in the archives for this one, guys. The wing mechanism still works, by the way. When Cal Ripken passed the consecutive games played streak, I watched the game. Chris Berman was doing commentary on ESPN Baseball Tonight. And after he did it, Chris Berman was silent for about 20 minutes while fans just cheered and Ripken came out for like 5 curtain calls and then finally did a lap around the stadium shaking hands. I feel like Chris Berman. I have nothing to say. You know what this is. You just heard me talk about how the Sky Striker is a childhood vehicle. And it's in here. My friend gave me a Sky Striker. This is it. I'm holding a piece of my childhood here in my hands. This is unbelievable. Thank you. Beyond words. Thank you. We got it. We got our childhood back right here. This is it. I mean, I don't want to assume anything, but I assume that that's... What, are these the Sky Striker parts? Yeah, I guess. Oh, man. Yeah, they are. They're the wings, the back wings. They're the missiles. I mean, I was going to say, okay, so we've got a little work to do to complete it, but what was I thinking? You know, what was I thinking? Here they are. I mean, I think that's it, right? Everything else in here is the base that I will put together and show you guys in a future episode. But you just saw what I just bought. And you know what? Screw it. I'll tell you what I paid for this. $360 I sent my friend for a base, for a $90 figure, for a $40 figure, $50 figure, for a whole bunch of stuff for my kid that I never even showed you because it's all 90s Joes for my kid's birthday. 22 figures. And I got all this. Again, from one of the best guys I know. And when this whole Corona thing is over, you know, I will repay you. What a great night. And this is what I want you guys to do. My friend Big Beefcake is still watching horror movies and recording himself talking about them on his Saturday Night Horror special. That hasn't stopped. We are going on. Make sure you do something fun. Even if it's sitting around watching me, make sure you do something. Thank you, my friend, for everything you gave me and my son tonight. We are overwhelmed and appreciative. And tomorrow I'm going to go back to work down here. I have a full day of work, but I will drop in tomorrow and talk about some other stuff. Tomorrow night, we're going to talk about Saturday night's main event, the WWF tri-monthly, I think it was. Does that mean every 3 months, Saturday night main event was on? We're going to talk about what that meant to us back in the day. I'm just going to bask in the glory of this and just sit and enjoy. Thank you. Good night.